Hey, it's Rudy Owens. It is Sunday, March 8th, and I am posting this message just providing sort of an update to those who may care about my status trying to apply for a family-based residency application with the government of Finland through their immigration office, commonly known as Migri. And this process began actually nearly a year ago when I flew down to Los Angeles and submitted my documents to the Consulate General's office in Los Angeles for the government of Finland. It took the government's team nearly 8 months to reply to me, which happened in late December, right before Christmas, day before Christmas, and I was given 12 days to reply. I think it was 12 days, right? Less than 2 weeks, with documents and information that would be impossible to have to find because they involve very complex archival records that no one could obtain, and everyone who works in the world of managing vital records knows could never be obtained in short notice. I got information in the best of my abilities, and I explained to them why I couldn't get these records relating to my great grandparents and other legal records that are extremely complex to get, like my adoption records that they were demanding, which really surprised me that were needed for this. Anyway, I got a reprieve until I was given a reprieve to provide documents later. I followed up with them and I asked for another extension, and they gave me until March 31st. So right now I am running out of time. I do not know if I will get all the records that they want. Part of the problem is I'm having to get records from two different archival records sources for the government of the United States. One's in Chicago, one was in Maryland. Had to do those separately, track those. Then I had to get records from an archive in Michigan, which pertained to naturalization records for my great grandmother, and those only just arrived on Saturday. I had to get adoption records, which required me going to a court in Michigan, which then had to go to a Wayne County clerk, and then that record had to be sent back to me. And all of this is creating incredible delays, and I don't know if I can get these records in on time by March 31st. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for yet another extension. This is sort of frustrating because I have done everything I can to comply with requests from the government of Finland to provide my records documenting clearly, and I've done that, my relationship by family ancestry to my Finnish great-grandparents who came to the US. Both of them never became citizens at the time my grandmother was born. My great-grandfather died in the early 1930s, and it is very difficult to try and find records for him because so many immigrants didn't have these records. And I did find a record, which was his death certificate, which is a legal record, and I provided it to the government of Finland. My great-grandmother's naturalization documentation I am only just getting, and I don't know if I'm going to get that to the government of Finland on time. So what is maddening to me is I'm someone who has clearly has a strong cultural interest in my Finnish heritage. I have done this. I have published countless stories about the importance of that Finnish-American relationship, about the importance of Finnish culture to global culture, to humanity, to the American experience. I have reestablished connections with my Finnish kin. I have written stories about that. I've even shared pictures showing I look like my freaking Finnish relatives, even ones who are separated by 2 generations, and yet I look like my cousins and my uncles and even others in the family network. So I don't know why the government of Finland is being so recalcitrant for people like me who are just trying to follow the legal channels which the government made open through Finnish descendants of Finnish citizens who live outside of Finland to reestablish connections and to establish a residency-based pathway to living in Finland. This doesn't seem practical, it doesn't seem pragmatic, seems counterproductive to what the government of Finland would want, which are people who strongly believe in the Finnish heritage and people who live outside of Finland who can contribute to their society. And there are tens and tens and tens of thousands of Americans who claim Finnish ancestry, who believe strongly in that, and who probably would contribute well to Finland. And if they would perhaps make their system a little more fair and provide a little more common sense to their bureaucratic system, and every system that is a government system is bureaucratic, but make make for a little humanity in evaluating the records. I know it has to be legal. I know it has to be above board. I've worked in U.S. immigration law. I get it. But at the same time, there should be common sense and there should be fairness. And I hope that those who are in the Finnish government who may see this will recognize that there should be some application of pragmatism in evaluating these records. Thanks and wish me luck. But at this point, after having spent over $2,000, nearly a year and a half, more than a year and a half of my life tracking down records, and then to come so close and maybe not get there breaks my heart. And I just don't know what to do about it. I've done everything I can. And one person in one office in Helsinki can still say no to me after everything I have done, which has been above board and legal and through the system. Cheers.